Welcome back, everybody! Little Fish here with a Voltron review. And today's review features the legendary black line released by Playmates Toys for the Netflix and Dreamworks collaborated Voltron Legendary Defender. I am super excited to share this with you guys, so without much further ado, let's get started! And as per usual, we will begin by taking a look at the packaging and move on from there. So Dreamworks Voltron Legendary Defender. This is meant for the ages above 4, and the legendary black lion has 50 plus phrases and sound effects. There is a try me mode in this circle. Hit the button there. And that's one of these sound effects. And this is just one figure out of the Legendary series. So if you collect all the lions, you can form a 16-inch Voltron. Voltron Legendary Defender is now streaming on Netflix. As of filming this review, Series 2 has been released, and it requires 3 AAA batteries, which are included, but do be aware in case the batteries do die. And there is a warning for choking hazards due to small parts, which not sure if you guys can make it out, but we have a small part right there. We have what's supposed to be our paladin, so Shiro. Could have used a little bit more color, but we'll get more on that later. And Playmates Toys. Legendary black lion. And here we have the illustration of the black lion. Not really much on the side of the box, mostly the same information as the front. And back of the box. And a little bit more about the show. Voltron, Defender of the Universe. Long ago, a mighty robot warrior, Voltron, was created to protect the galaxy from evil. Now 5 young heroes must master the power of the Voltron Lions to defeat the Galra Empire and restore peace. So, Legendary series, again, with the information about combining all 5 lions, but this one actually shows all the 5 lions combined. Each line sold separately. It also shows how to connect the lions. And the image of the black lion figure, with some of the sayings, but we'll hear more about those later. And a little blurb about that tiny Shiro. Includes speeder with pilot Shiro, and if you notice, this looks a lot more colorful than what's in the box. But again, we will take a closer look at that later. And legendary black lion. The leader of Voltron, the Black Lion's incredible power is known throughout the universe. And the other side of the box, again, not really much new information. Same stuff as the back of the box. And top of the box. And bottom of the box. Just thought I would share, you have to snip a little bit of tape around the edges of the box. And this is what it looks like when you open it. The top and open. So let's pull it out. And the legendary black lion without the box around it. It's got quite a few little twisty ties and other things holding it in. Just gonna turn it around to the back so you can see there's a lot of tape and a lot of twisty ties and a lot of tabs to cut. So we will take care of that. But first, it comes with a few little inserts. It has a Voltron pamphlet, and it just shows some of the other Voltron toys that are now out. And information about combining all the other legendary lions. And each time you add a lion, you unlock new phrases, so that's pretty cool. And not to be confused with the combinable lions, this is a different Voltron. This is the ultimate Voltron figure, and it only has 15 phrases and sound effects, but it does light up, which is pretty cool. And then you just have basic action figures. And then the back of the pamphlet just shows the Voltron Legendary Defender comic book cover. There are 5 issues out, and it is an extremely difficult comic book to collect. I only have issues 1 and 3, and have not been able to get the others yet. But later this month, which is January, they will be releasing the paperback edition with all the 5 comics. Also have this insert, which just tells you where the paladin goes, how to transform the black lion, where each of the lions go, as well as how to replace the batteries. Nothing on the back. And for anybody curious, just released from the 2017 Hong Kong Toy Fair, we have gotten news that there will be figures of the Paladins in their spacesuits. No word yet on whether or not we will be getting Allura and Corin, but we will be getting the 5 pilots, as well as a lot of other fun treats which I cannot wait. So do keep your eyes out in toy stores starting this this October, but until then, let's unleash this lion. So here we have the black lion right out of the packaging, and boy was there a lot of packaging to get through. But we have him out, and one of the first things that I noticed as I pulled him out is that he is missing one of his paws. But I'm pretty sure you just open that right up, and I think you can pull it out. Trying not to hit that try me button right now. Probably pull it out like so, or attempt to. Very stuck in there. There we go. I think the black lion is angry with me. There we are. Close that up, and
we need to increase firepower.
It's very easy to hit that button. And I guess, and then you just put it until it is forward. And there we have the paws. And now that we have all his paws out, let's take a closer look at our legendary black lion. So first I'm going to note that this is a very stiff figure. It's very hard to move his limbs because they can go in all different directions. So he has a lot of articulation. So his foot does move. I really hate that snapping noise. His paw moves. Front leg. Lion elbows move. And something else I've just noticed is that there's also a pivot in the back legs, so you can spin them around like so. Both legs have it. One is a little bit stiffer than the other, but that is another option if you want to move the legs. They do pivot. Let's see if we can get him to stand up. There we go. So I'm sure once you play around with him a little bit, he will loosen up and he won't be so hard to move. So the paw, the lion ankle, and I'm going to call it the lion elbow, are all articulated. The wings are also articulated, and they swivel around. So they can go down, and they can go up, and then they can go forward and back. So you can see that there's this little hinge piece right over there. So that's the little hinge piece. The tail is also articulated, so it can go back like that. So it only moves forward and back. The head goes down and up. This is as high up as it'll go. And then the face of Voltron. Have the empty mouth. And also the little stairs where Shiro would get inside. So I have him seated. You can't really get his legs to move too far back. So this is the torso of Voltron. Should get a better color look at that. So if you tilt his head forward, he just looks like a lion sitting up. Open up his mouth. And now you have Voltron, or at least part of Voltron. Flip that open. And store the paws inside. Doesn't really want to go in too well. There you go. His legs are supposed to move out. Again, that is such a horrible sound. It looks a little bit strange. I think you should be able to tuck in the paws, or the paws go into the other lines to connect them. So they go all the way flat like that to connect the lions. And there should also be a spot in the front for Shiro to go into. So this is the little speeder with Shiro. And again, that's what they show on the box, and this is what we got. So it's missing a little bit of color there. It's almost exact size as the picture on the box, just ever so slightly bigger. A little speeder from the top, other side, the bottom, front, and back. And there's a little door in his stomach. Pop that open, and there's a little compartment right for the speeder. Put it in there. So you can just snap it right in there. So it doesn't hook in completely. That one little wing keeps popping out. This is what it looks like in the little door. And this is also the compartment where the speaker is for when it talks. So let's see what happens when you close it up. It closes pretty nicely, so the door is flush. There's no jutting out. Let's open it back up, and we have our speeder. And again, it doesn't really stick into the little door so well. It keeps popping out. So when you put him in, you can already hear that he popped out. So when you're taking him out again or opening up this door, just be careful because he'll just fall right out. And again, these are teeny tiny little figures, so you're probably going to lose it pretty easily if you're not careful. So do be careful and don't lose your paladin. We'll put him in there for the time being. Try to get him stuck in there, but it's not working. So push him back in. And here we have a button that has the sound effects, phrases, and lights up the figure. So let's see what he has to say.
Now we go on the offensive.
As you can see, it lights up. That is absolutely not Shiro's voice. It sounds more like The Rock.
Let's assemble Voltron and get rid of these Golra. Systems compromised.
So,
We will save the universe.
the button. Take his paws back out. Again, hopefully everything will loosen up once.
Let's light this thing up. Fire lasers.
And again, hopefully everything will loosen up the more you play around with it. So we have a side view, a front view, the other side. Now flip up his tail. So the other side. And then from the back. And from the bottom. And from the top with his wings closed. And with his wings open. And for those interested, in case you keep hitting the voice button like I do, there is an off switch. So let's switch that off. And when you press the button, nothing happens. Turn it back on, hit the button. So there you have it. So here we have our legendary black lion, and he's really awesome and really big. A lot bigger than I was expecting. So if you do plan to collect all the lions and put them together to form Voltron, make sure you have room for Voltron because he is gonna be huge. I really do look forward to collecting the rest of the legendary series. I really do want to get them all, but have to wait till maybe they come down in price and I have a little bit more room to store them in. I will definitely have more to share with you guys in the future, but until then, I hope you all enjoyed this review, and if you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. And for further content, you can always follow me on Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitter. And until next time, everybody!